Alright guys, so welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. Finally, Bitcoin pumps up to the upside, guys. Okay, so finally Bitcoin is pretty much making a move today, right? It's finally, making a move, okay, and it's pumping. Okay, Bitcoin is pumping now currently at $44,400 yesterday, right? Bitcoin was around, I want to say $42,000, just under $43,000, and you guys can just clearly see, like, we know, right, for the past like week, okay, coming up to 2 weeks, right, ever since like the 30th of January, you guys can just clearly see, okay, Bitcoin has been consolidating, right, making sideways price movements, right. Not much movements have in fact been happening for Bitcoin for the past few weeks, right, coming up to pretty much 2 weeks. And you guys can just clearly see it's been in between $43,000 and $42,000. Even at one point went all the way down just below $42,000. So you guys can clearly just see, right, Bitcoin wasn't really moving, right, um, at this point right here. But now finally, guys, okay, you guys can just finally see that Bitcoin is pretty much breaking out from this resistance line pretty much, right? So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, okay? It's pumping, okay? And I told you guys, we really don't know whether Bitcoin's going to have a pump or a dump. And I guess it's pumping, right? So yes, $44,000 for Bitcoin, looking like wants to reach back up to $45,000. So we will see what's going to happen in the next few hours, and of course tomorrow. So I will obviously keep you guys updated on that. But so far it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Okay, so guys, Bitcoin is pumping, and guess what? It's not just Bitcoin today, it's also the entire crypto market. And you guys can see Ethereum now at $2,400. So Ethereum is now back, at $2,400, which is great to see for ETH. And it's up, for the past 24 hours, 2.4%. For the past week, it's up 6.5%. Now, Bitcoin, okay, it's up 3.6%. For the past week, it's up 5.5%. And you guys can clearly just see, right, majority of altcoins today are in fact in the greens. Okay, we are in fact seeing, some reds, but you guys can just clearly see majority of altcoins, pretty much the entire crypto market today is finally making a move up to the upside, right? A lot of greens today. Okay, so that's amazing to see. Okay, that's always great to see. So for the past 24 hours, Solana 5%, XRP 2%, Cardano 4.6%, Avalanche 3.3%, Doge 2%, Chainlink 4.4%, and many more. Okay, you guys can just clearly see. I can keep going, and you guys can clearly see there's so many greens in the market. Okay, and it's looking pretty good for the entire crypto market today, right? It really, really is. And guess what, guys? It's gonna get even better. Okay, during this year, 2024, and of course next year, 2025, it's gonna get even better, guys. So if you're pumped today, just you guys wait, okay, for what's going to happen with the crypto market this year, 2024, throughout this year in 2024, and of course next year in 2025. It's going to get even crazier, right? We're going to see bigger movements in this. Trust me on that, right? We know everything's going to pump. We know a bull run is coming. We're about to enter the next, bull market, right? So the global crypto market cap is now back at 1.7 trillion, which is great to see, right? We know we've been seeing the global crypto market cap around, 1.6 trillion or 1.64 trillion, right? So it's great to see now it's back up at 1.7 trillion, and overall the market today is up 3%, over 3%, right? 3.2%. So that is amazing to see. Now let's get into these Bitcoin charts, starting off with this one. So this is pretty much what's happening with Bitcoin right now. Okay, so Bitcoin, right, throughout the past few weeks, okay, has been going through multiple high lows, right? You guys can just clearly see that. And just recently, right, just today, obviously, right, since Bitcoin is obviously pumping, it's now breaking out of, the resistance line, as I told you guys, right? So you guys can just clearly see this is very, very bullish, right? And who knows, this uptrend that Bitcoin is in fact forming, could potentially continue from here on, right? It could potentially continue. Now, I remember telling you guys, okay, and if you guys have in fact been watching my videos, you guys would know that I've been mentioning that Bitcoin could potentially have a correction back down to the downside, right? Back down to potentially $40,000 or potentially even a bit lower than $40,000, right? I think that's going to happen, and I still think it's going to happen potentially, right? And then after that, it's going to, pretty much, pump up from there. So I really do believe a last dump is going to happen for Bitcoin before we see, massive movements up to the upside. And I understand, guys, the Bitcoin halving is in fact about to happen, right? But guess what? If we don't see Bitcoin, if my prediction for that, for us to see Bitcoin, having a correction back down to, $40,000 or lower, if that doesn't happen, great. Okay, I'm not complaining, right? I'm prepared for, the bull run, guys. And I hope you guys watching this video right now are in fact prepared for that as well, right? So that's what's happening with Bitcoin. So it's looking pretty good, breaking the resistance line. Okay, so that's obviously very, very bullish. And it seems like this trend line will continue. Okay, so we'll see about that. But yes, a lot of people out there are not ready for this. Just like what Mags is saying right here in this tweet. Okay, a lot of people are not ready for the Bitcoin bull run. Okay, they are not prepared for it, guys. A lot of people, I bet, a lot of people out there, okay, are not into Bitcoin right now or in the crypto space right now. They're not, DCAing into crypto or accumulating, right? They're not taking that action, but they will take action when we are, in fact, officially in a bull market. And then they're going to FOMO in. This happens every single time, right? It's just how a lot of humans operate, right? They like to buy, okay, when the market is pumping, but we should be doing the complete opposite, right? We should be buying when the market is down. And when we are, in fact, in a bear market, not a lot of people are talking about it, right? Everyone's quiet. That is the best time to buy into Bitcoin and crypto, right? We all know that. So obviously, 2022, that was the best year to DCA and to accumulate, right? Even 2023 last year, even though, yes, Bitcoin was, in fact, forming this uptrend right here, you guys can clearly see that, right? But it was still a great year. Okay, because Bitcoin was still nowhere near back up to its previous highs. Okay, and now Bitcoin is more than, halfway, reached back up to its previous highs. Soon enough, sometime this year in 2024, we're going to easily see Bitcoin reach back up to its previous highs of 69K and, of course, reach a new high sometime this year. I really do believe towards the end of this year in 2024, Bitcoin's going to absolutely skyrocket and we're going to see Bitcoin at around 100K. Mark my words on that, because I think that's going to happen. I think that is very, very possible. But yes, and if you also look at this chart, it says here, okay, Bitcoin's going to, potentially go back up to $62,000, and then it's going to have a correction back down to $42,000. Okay, so it could potentially happen, guys. Understand that, right? We will see though. Okay, but yes, not a lot of people are in fact ready for this. But I really want you guys watching this video right now to be ready for the next, bull run, right? But yes, the 4-year cycle, this is the chart that I really wanted, to pretty much show you guys for today's video. But this happens every single time, guys. The 4-year cycle, we pretty much have 3 good years and 1 bad year, right? So 3 years we are in fact in a bull market, and then 1 year we're in a bear market, right? So you guys can clearly see it happens every single time, right? Every single time, every 4 years, this happens. And remember, guys, every 4 years, also the Bitcoin halving event happens as well, right? It happens every 4 years, guys. So understand, we see a peak, okay, right over here, and then we get a bottom, okay? And then same thing, right? Bitcoin slowly, consolidates up to the upside, and it has a slight little drop right there, okay? And that lasts around, 1,000 days, I would say. And then it reaches, a new peak, right? Just like what it did in 2021, we saw, and then hit a bottom, 2022. And this is where we are right now, right? So it happens every 4 years, guys. Okay, every 4 years, this is pretty much what happens with Bitcoin. We have 3 good years and 1 bad year, right? We're more, we are longer in a bull market than a bear market, right? So understand that, guys. So we are in fact pretty much about to enter, the next bull market, and Bitcoin's going to have the next run up, right? The next rally. It's about to skyrocket, guys. So be ready for that, right? Be ready for that. But yes, this is also pretty much what I wanted to show you guys as well. Pretty much, three good years and 1 bad year. Okay, you guys can just clearly see that. So it's pretty much the same thing as this, but just different like layouts. Okay, it's not actually a chart, but yes, Okay, it's very, very simple, guys. Okay, and I'm pretty sure, you know, for the people out there that's been in the crypto space for a very long time, especially with Bitcoin, you guys will know this is pretty much how it works, right? The 4-year cycle, okay, for Bitcoin. Okay, it's very, very simple, guys, and this is why we should be buying into Bitcoin, you know, DCA, just simply DCAing into Bitcoin and hodling. Hold it for long term. Okay, hold it for dear life, right? This is why, guys, because it's always reaching a new all-time high, right? Every single time Bitcoin, you know, every single time Bitcoin enters a new bull market, the next bull market, that's when it tends to pump the most, okay, and of course reach a new high every single time, right? So that's why, guys, okay, we should be slowly DCAing into Bitcoin. Now, the next chart right here, okay, Bitcoin is going to go fast very soon. Right now, yes, it's slow. I get it, right? But understand, guys, the bull run hasn't even started just yet. That's why it's slow, right? You know, ever since early of last year in 2023, you know, around January 2023, and then to end of 2023, right? We obviously seen Bitcoin form this uptrend right here. Okay, it's a very, very slow uptrend because that happened in pretty much 1 year. And then understand, guys, okay, the next upcoming, you know, few months, and of course, you know, next year in 2025, right? So throughout this year, 2024 to 2025, we're gonna see Bitcoin move very, very fast. When we are in fact in a bull run, in a bull market, Bitcoin moves fast. It pumps. Okay, it will pump like crazy. Trust me on that, guys. Okay, we know a lot of institutions out there are in fact, you know, buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin. You know, I want to say, you know, trillions of dollars are in fact going to be poured into Bitcoin. Trillions, not billions, like trillions, right? So it's gonna pump. It's gonna absolutely skyrocket, and that's why I really do believe, you know, 100k Bitcoin is gonna happen, 200k Bitcoin, even a 300k Bitcoin. You know, next bull cycle top, its next new all-time high will potentially happen, right? These price targets will potentially happen for Bitcoin. So get ready for that, right? That's very, very exciting. So yes, it's slow right now, but understand, guys, it's going to go fast very, very soon. So be ready for that, right? And this is the last chart that I wanted to show you guys for today's video. It's once again the Bitcoin halving. Okay, every single time we have a halving event for Bitcoin, this is when the bull run begins. And understand, guys, our fourth halving is in fact about to happen around April this year, 2024. Okay, once the halving event happens, yes, the bull run's going to begin. Right, our fourth halving event. Okay, Bitcoin's gonna have the next bull run. Right, this is where bull run tends to pump the most. Okay, so get ready for that. But it's also not just Bitcoin, it's also altcoins. We know alt season is obviously right around the corner as well, guys. So be ready for that. Okay, but understand, guys, you know, once the Bitcoin halving event happens, okay, we're not gonna see Bitcoin pump straight away, right? Usually it doesn't happen like that, right? You gotta let it breathe a little bit. You gotta, you know, let Bitcoin breathe a little bit, right? So every single time, guys, the Bitcoin halving event happens, right, we don't see Bitcoin pump straight away. Okay, so it'll take some time, maybe potentially in the next like few weeks or even the next few months, and then it will absolutely pump and have the next bull run up to the upside, right? So this happens, guys. So get ready because we are in fact about to enter the next bull run. Everything's gonna pump. The entire crypto market is going to pump, right? And we're gonna get days like this where majority of coins in the market are in fact in the greens. We're gonna see no reds potentially, right? We're gonna see all greens when we're in a bull market. Trust me, we're gonna get days where we're just seeing all greens, guys, right throughout the market. So get ready for that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Bitcoin is in fact pumping, so I will, you know, obviously keep you guys updated what's gonna happen with Bitcoin tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, and of course the next few days. But yeah. And that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.